We are starting our ride today on the northwest edge of Asheville, right on the border between Woodfin and Asheville. We are in the parking lot of Wesco. Looks like there's some crews working here today. They're working towards reopening. I've been riding down Riverside Drive. Right here, if you go right, that continues to be Riverside Drive, but we're going to go straight here on Broadway Street. I rode down from Marshall today, so I saw several miles of the French Broad River, and I hope to make a video about that soon. If you were to take this left turn coming up, you could get on Interstate 26 and go up towards Weaverville and Tennessee. Now passing under Interstate 240 into downtown Asheville. I was born in Asheville at Mission Hospital, and I have lived near Asheville and worked in or near Asheville my entire life. I feel very blessed to get to experience this area. Really, living here makes you become a fan of the staycation, because even after all of these years, over 30 years of being in Asheville, there's still hiking trails that I haven't explored, and there's still great restaurants that I have not eaten at. So whenever I get some free time, I usually like to just stay here. Asheville is a great place to enjoy art and live music and outdoor adventures. I see one of the ghost tour buses coming up on our left there. I've never done the ghost tour, but I think they've been in operation probably at least 15 or 20 years. I mean, I remember hearing advertisements for the ghost tour on my mom's AM radio when I was a kid. We are now getting close to the tunnel on Highway 70 eastbound. This is now turning into Tunnel Road. Of course, there are several tunnels up on the Blue Ridge Parkway, but this is the only tunnel that I know of that actually goes right through a city. Pretty cool. There are a lot of good restaurants on Tunnel Road. I've probably eaten at every single restaurant on this road at least 2 or 3 times. We can see up ahead there's a little patch of blue sky. Hopefully we're riding towards that, so hopefully maybe we'll get out of this rain here soon. Here is the Lowe's Home Improvement Store. It says the 24th of May there will be a soft open. So yeah, Lowe's has been closed since Hurricane Helene. I saw this advertisement for Lowe's grand reopening on Friday, May the 2nd on social media. Lowe's has stores in all 50 states and the District of Columbia. Lowe's is a multi-billion-dollar business now. It was founded back in 1921 by Lucius Lowe in Wilkesboro, North Carolina, as a small hardware store. Being a multi-billion-dollar company, money to spend on fixing the store, of course, was not a problem for Lowe's. But even so, with, for all intents and purposes, basically unlimited money, it's still taken them pretty much exactly 7 months after Hurricane Helene to reopen. I guess on May 2nd, when they open, they will flip that sign around. It says coming soon on one side and now open on the other side. This cardboard sign says soft open April 24th, and there's some banners there for now hiring. We'll continue here along South Tunnel Road and then make a right onto Swannanoa River Rd. The Swannanoa River Rd has just been open for a couple of weeks now. It opened on April 4th after being closed for 6 months due to storm damage. I'll play you some music with this guitar pick here. This is Hurricane Helene Sandy Silt from the Rocky Broad River. I'd had this pick setting with probably 10 other picks or so on a little table downstairs, and all the other picks got washed away, but I found this one when I was cleaning out mud. Yeah, you can see how sticky and hard to clean up that river silt is. We are riding down Swannanoa River Rd. We will take a left up here on Highway 81 West and then take another immediate left onto Thompson Street. That was actually Thompson Road that we turned off of after being on 81 West. This is now Stoner Road. This apartment building here on my right is still closed due to storm damage. All of those people that lived in there are still displaced 7 months later, and there's another apartment building close to here as well of a similar size that's also been closed down and still vacant. Really sweet artwork on these buildings though, very Ashevillean. We are now turning off of Stoner Road onto Thompson Street, riding along the Swannanoa River. Asheville city water is taken from the Swannanoa River. There was no running city water for a full month after Hurricane Helene, and then almost a full month after that, I believe 53 days exactly, until the boil warning was lifted. I remember going into stores in the area surrounding Asheville well past the 2-month mark after the hurricane. And the stores would be open and running, but still have porta-johns, but because the water was just too contaminated to use, even for toilet flushing. That's the Hajoca Specialty Plumbing store across the river over there. I bought a few things from them when I was replacing my well system in Bat Cave. I looked it up, and they've been in business since 1858. But their website says that they're now permanently closed. Here is the Brother Wolf Adoption Center. This is a great animal rescue place in North Carolina. I know a couple of people who have adopted some wonderful dogs from them. And I remember hearing ads for Brother Wolf when I was a teenager on my mom's radio. How often have you seen entire train cars that have been washed up by water and carried somewhere? Unbelievable. So this here is the end of Thompson Street, but I think we'll just try to ride across this mud pit here and get over there to the other side. I think that's Mulvaney Street. Thompson Street ends by that tower over there, and we just kind of cut across that mud pit onto Mulvaney Street. Hopefully I don't get a flat tire today. It is definitely a possibility with all these little debris laying around. We are now back on Swannanoa River Rd, heading eastbound. This bridge coming up on the right, you could use that to access the Dick's Sporting Goods, Target, and Carmike Cinema, just to name a few of the businesses that are up there. Yeah, now crossing South Tunnel Road, continuing on, we're going under Interstate 240 on Swannanoa River Road. There on the left you see the U-Haul facility. I mean, some of the craziest pictures that we saw after Hurricane Helene was U-Haul trucks just washed around everywhere. And it looked like, I mean, their entire stock of trucks and trailers is gone. I need some new GoPro batteries. Mine are dying too fast, so I'm going to buy some GoPro batteries at Walmart. Hey, do you have GoPro batteries? Are you sure? I've got them at Walmart before.
And they're in the front. Our batteries are in the front.
Yeah, the little battery rack up front by the register front.
Okay. Nah, GoPro batteries aren't in the front. I bet they're over here in the photography section. Alright, I got my 2 new GoPro batteries. That Walmart worker was actually really cool. He was apologetic for not knowing what GoPro batteries are, but he asked a lot of questions about the camera and stuff. This Cheddars restaurant is pretty great. I've eaten there probably 40 or 50 times in my life. Now turning off of Bleachery Boulevard back onto Swannanoa River Road. So yeah, you can see that there has been a lot of improvements in the area, but things are still far from normal. And if it took, multi-billion-dollar Lowe's 7 months to reopen, I mean, just imagine how it is for us smaller business owners. I mean, countless small businesses here are really struggling to reopen and may never reopen. There are still many roads that are closed. A lot of them are at least passable now, but there's still many roads in the WNC region closed. But it is great to see the improvements and events are starting to happen. I mean, Asheville has always been a great place for live music, and live music is resuming again. Some of the musical acts that I've seen here in the past include Eric Johnson, Nickel Creek, Portugal the Man, Buckethead several times, Zach Wild, who's a a guitar player for Ozzy Osbourne, Tony Rice and Doc Watson, bluegrass guys, Jimmy Eat World, Flyleaf, and Dragon Force when I was younger, and Bob Dylan played here last year. I wasn't able to make it to his show, but yeah, I'm excited to get out and see some music here soon. We are still riding here along Swannanoa River Rd. That road on the right is Fairview Road, otherwise known as 74A. If you go on that road, you go up to Fairview and East Asheville, Oakley area. That golf course on the left is the Asheville Municipal Golf Course. On the right, Manna Food Bank. They support a lot of needy families in the area, but sadly it looks like both the golf course and Manna Food Bank is a while from opening. I volunteered at Manna Food Bank every Thursday for a while, back when I was a kid, for a homeschool group. Great organization. You can see on the right side riverbank the destruction that the river caused. It was like that too here right where we're driving right now, but it's been filled in with tons and tons of rocks and repaved. Now turning onto Azalea Road, you can see on the right over there that bridge is taken out. There's a pool over there and some tennis courts and a park, I believe, and the WNC Nature Center. But wow, yeah, the end of that bridge just swept away. Right across this bridge up here and see the Nature Center. You can see the road and sidewalk change colors right here, indicating that is brand new pavement and sidewalk. I remember coming to the Nature Center as a kid, seeing a cougar and bobcats and bears and otters, all kinds of neat stuff. I have heard that the Nature Center is open now, and when I looked it up on the internet, it said that it is open, but they've definitely suffered some damage here. This here is the John B. Lewis soccer complex. I remember riding by here many times and seeing soccer games going on, but it looks like it'll be a while until that can happen again. That parking area and fenced-in grassy area on the left is a dog park. I mean, normally there would be several dogs with their owners in there. The river on the right there is small and slow moving, but you can see that big pile of sand it dumped on the left there. We are at the end of Azalea Road now, turning back onto Tunnel Road. That blue building operated as a bar under a few different names over the years, but it looks like it will not be able to open again in that current building. We've been riding down Moffitt Road, going to turn around now and head back out towards Tunnel Road. You can see these bent over lampposts and bushes here. So that river came from way down there and came up high enough and was moving fast enough to bend over these metal posts that are concreted into the ground. I've stopped at this BP gas station many times over the years to get some snacks and gas and whatnot. Wow, look at how high that river down there rose up to ruin this gas station. You can see over there how big the riverbed was up into that tree line, but they've done a great job building the bank back out with those rocks, probably 60 or 70 feet worth of riverbank rebuilt. Look at the edge of this concrete parking lot just broken off. And all those poor people that were staying at the Super 8 motel down there. Unbelievable. I had heard that some of those people had gone to stay there because they thought that it would be safer during the storm than their own house, but that sure didn't work out very well. We'll check out this Billy Graham training center here real quick. Wow, this grass and just this ride through here is beautiful. Love to see all the green and flowers coming in. If you live in Western North Carolina or you've watched some videos about Hurricane Helene, you've probably seen Samaritan's Purse. That organization is based here at the Billy Graham Center, but they've been doing, oh, there's a truck right there for Samaritan's Purse. They're probably coming back after a long day of work. I've seen them helping all over the place. I mean, from up in Burnsville and Pensacola, all the way down to Chimney Rock area. They have been one of the best volunteer groups helping us out here. We are riding down Highway 70 going east. This road was Tunnel Road back closer to Asheville, but at this point I think it's just called Highway 70. We're going to turn here and go over to the other side of the river and ride back west on Old US 70 on the other side of the river there. Hurricane Helene is kind of old news now, but to that business owner over there, that auto care business with the red roof, it's not old news for him. And all of these people here living in campers, it's still a tough reality that we have to deal with and work with every day. This is the first video that I've made of the Asheville and Swannanoa area. I do wish that I'd got some footage before, but Swannanoa and Chimney Rock got a lot of media attention at first, so it's pretty easy to find, footage from right after the hurricane. There are many small, kind of lesser-known communities here in the mountains that really didn't get much media coverage at first. So I've been trying to highlight those small communities with my YouTube channel. But now, 7 months later, Swannanoa here, it's kind of hard to find videos of what it's currently like. So I'm trying to show that here today. There are thousands of us who have had our houses destroyed, houses that we have worked for many years to pay for and do improvements on. And I know that I have not received any help from the government other than the original $750. If you were affected by Hurricane Helene, I would love to hear your story and know how the recovery is going. You can find my email on my video channel description. It's therealtristan@icloud.com. Shortly after Hurricane Helene, I remember seeing a clip of President Biden saying that the federal government was going to be by our side, rebuilding every step of the way. And you can see, of course, that has not happened. And unfortunately, it seems that, from what I can tell, the Trump administration is not doing much better. But I don't know everyone. If they have helped you, I would love to hear about it. Citizens who have had their houses destroyed are people who have been paying taxes their entire working lives. These people were literally left out in the cold this past winter, just hung out to dry. And also, I would like to know why we cannot get flood insurance here. I'm sure that some insurance expert could give me a good answer on that, but I tried to get flood insurance when I first bought my house in Bat Cave, but they just kind of looked at me odd, and they were like, what? Flood insurance just isn't a thing around here. Well, why not? Obviously, we need it. But on a more positive note, it has been absolutely heartwarming and touching to see all of the volunteers who have showed up to help. I know of many people who are kind of financially struggling themselves, but who took off several weeks or a month off of work to help out. That is the Juvenile Detention Center that we are passing on the left, conveniently located across from the Owen School. You can see this relief center here on the right. Another really negative effect of Helene that I've been thinking about is just the timing of it. It happened right at the end of September, which is near peak leaf season here in the mountains. And that's when millions of tourists come to the area and spend money at all our local businesses. So we just totally missed out on, the tourist and leaf season of 2024. We have now crossed from Swannanoa into Black Mountain, and we'll take this right-hand turn onto Blue Ridge Road. And look at those shadows and spots of sunlight on the mountain. So cool. This business coming up here on the left, there were several businesses in that building actually, all closed now. We are kind of on the back side of the Tyson Furniture Outlet building here. Yeah, I love Black Mountain. I've spent a lot of time here throughout the years. Wow, look, there's a F-250 pickup truck limousine. Wow, that's when a mountain man gets money right there, I guess. Nice. Here is another Super 8 motel. I imagine that this one has gotten more busy since that other one we saw had to close down. That on the left is Oli's Guacamole. Great Mexican food. I've eaten there a lot of times. It looks like sadly they are still shut down. That was a neat bridge there. I didn't know that there was a bridge going to the Oli Guacamoles, but I guess if you were staying in the Super 8, you could just walk across the bridge over to eat. Pretty cool. We are riding down Interstate 40 down Oldfort Mountain right now. Gonna go through Oldfort and then take Highway 226 back up to Burnsville. Thank you so much for riding along with me today. I've really enjoyed making these videos. It's been kind of therapeutic, honestly, a good way to cope with the overwhelming storm damage, but I've really found out that I like doing this, I guess, moto vlogging you call it. So thank you for watching, and may God bless you.